Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, excuse me. Let me try it again. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We here, Apothecary Diaries, episode number 3. Let's say this right after further digging and investigating into the story. I like the way that they're going with it, with the pacing. You know, it's talking about the whole palace intrigue of ancient China, just setting in of the role of what an apothecary did during that time. You know, in this case with Mao Mao, daughter and apprentice to one of the best apothecarists in her region of China where she's at. I still don't know where exactly this is. We don't know exactly if it's near the capital or whatnot. But after mistakenly being captured by bandits, you know, then sold to the palace as a servant washing girl, she then discovers a incident to where there is a poisoning going on with the concubines and the children of the emperor. From then her, you know, having to solve such interest in getting the attention of one of the 4 major concubines, Gokuyo, the precious consort, you know, going from there to eventually being promoted to working as a lady-in-waiting, which is a huge promotion during that time, but also learning how Mao Mao does have her own set of quirks. You know, she's a pacifist, but also she's an apothecarist. You know, her job is to eventually save life and prevent life from being lost. Kind of like how a modern day doctor would, in a sense, you know, prevent that. But without further ado, folks, episode 3. Let's check it out. Another concubine, I see. Interesting. The hell? Yeah, that's not at all creepy. The fuck? That's just creepy. Okay. Interesting. Really? A poison needle in her dress? Really? Mm. I love how Lingfa just tries to at least try to talk to Mao Mao to kind of make her feel comfortable. You know, given the fact of, I don't think most of them know about her past, which is really, really interesting. Hmm. Yeah, that's not at all dark.
噂話だって、こんなゆるゆるで大丈夫か？
待たせたね。ジョーちゃん、甘いのよりしょっぱい派だろ？
私の分もお願いするよ。
ただいま。
この男、暇なのか？宦官なら内事省にいるべきだろ。それが高級すべてを監視するようにふらふらと。それにしては若すぎる。ははん。帝のお手つきか。
何かものすごく
I swear, Mao Mao's imaginations is almost as good. It's almost like out there as much as her gullibility. I love it.
これを取ってきてくれないか？
それで、本題は何でしょう？
幽霊騒ぎは知っているか？
噂程度に。
じゃあ、無遊病というのはどうやったら治る？
わかりません。薬で治せる病ではありません。
薬でなければ治せるのか？
私の専門は薬です。
本当に困った。
うざ！なんて粘着質な男なんだ。あまり宦官っぽくない人だよな。
マオマオ様。
継承はいりません。ガオシュン様の方が位はずっと上です。
I mean, but you serve the head lady in lady in waiting as a lady in waiting. Excuse me.
っていきなりちゃん付けですか？
ジース様に毛虫でも見るような目を向けるのは
やべ、バレてら。
先ほども戻るなり毛虫でも見るような目をされたと越に行った様子で報告されました。
I mean, can you blame her? Honestly, can you blame her?
免疫のないものが見てしまったらうっかり混沌しかねません。あそこです。
Hmm.
月下の不要。
Wow.
いいですね。2年になるのかな。気の小さいお姫様でね。お目通りで得意の舞を失敗して。
Oh, really?
時代から一度もお手つきがなくて、ずっと部屋に閉じこもってたんだよ。
歌詞を思い悩んで無遊病に。病の原因は心の均衡にあるというし。いや、もう少し情報が欲しい。もう一度本人を見てみるか。不要費の部屋はどこでしょう？
北側に塔があるけど、元気出してくれるといいよね。小さな属国の姫だって言うから帰りづらいかもしれないけど。
Hmm.
帰る？
ああ、
Interesting.
城壁の上で踊っていた時と随分印象が違いますね。
ええ、私も初めて見た時は驚きました。普段は素朴な方でしたので。
本当に不要の花みたいだ。
Hmm.
花ですか？
不要という花は朝には白い大輪の花を咲かせます。ですが夕方には濃い
Oh, I never knew that. Okay.
変えるのです。幽霊話？うん。もう少し聞きたくて。何かしら？北から東に移動し。それに。
ああ、ね。
なるほど。やっぱり不要費は。
Interesting.
無遊病とはよくわからない病です。原因は心の。
Oh, somnolence. Okay, I thought that's a. I think I've never heard of that term before.
下郎にも昔同じ病を患った妓女がいました。身請け話も上がっておりました。ですがその話は破談となります。
Hmm.
空気にでも取りつかれたように毎晩妓楼を徘徊し始めたのです。
あら、皆さんどうしたの？
本人は昨晩のことを何も覚えていませんでした。身請け話がなくなったら徘徊はなくなりましたので。
つまりその妓女は身請け話が嫌だったの？
妻子どころか孫までいる身分でしたから。それに妓女の年季は残り
Yeah, that's right.
不要費も同じだったのかしら。
Hmm.
本当にそれで終わりか？
終わりです。
本当に？
What are you expecting?
どうか落ち着いて。
Bro, you just love to start shit with her. For real.
あれから不要費は外出禁止の命が出された。可視されるまでの間、宦官が見張りにつくことになった。
Yeah, to prevent her from walking out into the garden.
最近
I guess.
不要費の出立今日だったかしら。
そう聞いてます。
Hmm.
ねえ私にくらい話してくれていいんじゃない？
あくまで推測ですので、他言無用でお願いできます
I mean,
口は固くってよ。
他にも一人、同じ病で身請け話が破談になった妓女がいました。その妓女には後に新たな身請け話が持ち上がりましたが、病の妓女ということで身請けを申し出た二人の男は知人同士だったのです。女は病のふりをして一度目の身請け話を破談にし、後に本命の男がその半額で身請けしました。
その妓女と不要費が同じだと？
不要費とお相手の武官は同じ故郷でお過ごしになられた。
oh, now I get it.
幼なじみは先日の異民族討伐で
Yeah.
出られたと伺いました。
Now that all makes now it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Now it just makes sense. Wow. I'll explain after at the end of the reaction. But yeah.
報奨を許され、不要費の可視を強く願い出たそうです。
And how much you want to bet Jinshi knew that and he went along with it?
武官の身分では姫に求婚などできませんから。そして姫も幼なじみを思っていた。だから得意の舞踏を失敗して帝の興味を引かないようにされたのではないでしょうか。目論見通り夜とぎはなく、今も身綺麗なままです。
That's right. She still has her virginity.
ですが、他人のものとなる不要費を帝が惜しまないとは言い切れません。
なんとも言えないわ。
異民族討伐の地は東方です。そして、
And when she danced the night, it was on the eastern wall.
東
The eastern gate wall. She did that as a prayer for him to come home.
あくまで
Yeah, I mean, it's all just a guess. Look at that. Came straight to the gate. Yeah.
不要費が羨ましいなんて言ったら、私はひどい女かしら。
Hmm?
あの夜の不要費は美しかった。昼に見た素朴な姫と同じ姫だとは思えないほど。
Yeah. I like this song though. It fits. Mm. 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 Yeah.
行きましょう。
恋が女を美しくするのであれば、どんな薬に
Is her pinky slightly shorter? Or is it just me? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Next time. Threat. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. All right. Let's talk about this. So, we now know that life in the Rear Palace is not all pixies and daisies and rainbows, right? In this case, right, we see that a lot of the said concubines that are in the Rear Palace, the garden as people will call it, A lot of those women are not there voluntarily. Most of them are given up by force. In this case with Fuyo, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that she wasn't she didn't choose to go there. I think she was given because where she's from is from the eastern region, which is a vassal state, which I think they did that to curry the emperor's favor, to give her up. But come to find out that she feigned dancing in front of him in order for him to not have any interest in her, so she could retain her purity. To also find out that her best friend that she grew up with was a military officer and only chose to go into the military for service, one, because it's required, but two, because he knew that Fuyo was in the rear palace. And he knew he couldn't propose marriage openly given the fact of what her status was and what his was. So any great military feat deserves a reward. And since he didn't want or even paid attention to Fuyo, the emperor gave her up as a reward. Which I think a lot of them say that, oh, that's a bad thing or whatever. Like, oh my god, to a military officer, but I think it worked out in her favor. Feigning sleepwalkingness, feigning she's crazy so that people would not pay attention to her, and it worked out in her favor. But I also want to point out to something too, that I think despite Gokuyo's demeanor, how she's prim and proper, I think she was very envious when she said that she envied Fuyo, because I don't think she ever had anyone care for her to come and get her like she did. So I think that was kind of nice to see that, Fuyo also has a side to herself that's also human too, which I did like. So, but now the Emperor's caught wind of Mao Mao's achievements in the rear palace and has a job for her, so that's going to be interesting to see. So, but, yeah, folks, like always, drop a like, drop a comment, smash that bell, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.